Our Resident Ice Pack, or Furnace, by Argentina. Read by My Lost and Found. Summary. Shouto's quirk has always been a wonder, a perfect split between two parents, an immaculate combination of hot and cold, in which Class 1A uses Shouto as a water bottle cooler. Shouto uses his left side to soothe Katsuki's hands after he overuses his quirk. Shouto serves as Hitoshi's ice pack when he gets a headache. This fic is about 1,000 words and 1 chapter. This fic is rated general audiences and no archive warnings apply. As always, link to the fic is in the description. And on with the story. Shouto's quirk has always been a wonder, a perfect split between two parents, an immaculate combination of hot and cold. Although both halves of him are drastically different, they're both still extremely useful, and in different circumstances as well. He doesn't really feel the effects of heat exhaustion or frostbite himself, because his body is able to regulate those sorts of temperature differences for him. He finds that other people, however, really do not have the same abilities as he does, surprisingly enough. It's a little weird to see his entire class sprawled across the field, trying to catch their breaths after a sprint, when he's feeling entirely all right himself. "Why don't you guys go have some water? Or something?" Shouto asks, not really knowing what else to say. Water always helps, right? It's extremely sunny today. They must be dehydrated. "That's not the issue," Kaminari whines, pressing his face into the grass, as if it'll provide him with some sort of reprieve from the UV rays hitting him from above. "My water bottle is warm." "But warm water still works as water," Shouto counters, uncertain. "It tastes better cold." "That doesn't make any sense," Katsuki huffs, lying face up, one hand tossed over his eyes. "Water tastes the same both ways." "Well, it feels better cold," Jiro corrects. "It provides comfort." "Oh, gee. I sure can't think of anyone who's able to rectify that in a single second. I wonder what I'm gonna do with my warm water bottle now. I'm suffering so much, and I can't find any sort of solution." Katsuki responds sarcastically, grabbing his own container. "I guess you'll all have to grow up and drink some water above 80 degrees like I do." "Wait," Kaminari says, pausing. He squints up at the sky. Then he sits bolt upright, looking over at Katsuki. "You know someone who's able to make water colder?" "Yeah, in fact, he can also make water out of thin air, but that's besides the point." "Who, Bakugou? How could you keep this secret from us?" "Oh, my God," Katsuki says, sounding pained. "Half and half. Save me." "Todoroki?" Kaminari exclaims, his eyes snapping over to Shouto's. "Oh no." "You're right, Baku bro. Todoroki, could you cool this down for me? Please?" A bunch of their classmates seem to make the same realization too, and they perk up. Sero, Ashido, and Kaminari start running forward, and then everything descends into chaos. "Everyone!" Ida shouts, as Shouto's attempting to avoid getting trampled by people trying to use him as a refrigerator. "Make a line!" Shouto first notices that Katsuki's having trouble gripping a pencil correctly as he's trying to do his homework. The blonde keeps readjusting his hold, then trying to switch between different types of pencils he has in his backpack, before finally resorting to a pen and writing in cursive in order to go faster. They always help each other on their home learning assignments, given that they have the same classes and lesson material. Shouto's pretty sure he's never seen Katsuki have this much trouble with simply writing something down in his notebook, though. He forces a neutral expression on his face, but Shouto can see that he's getting tenser by the second. He chooses to bring it up after another few minutes of watching his brother struggle. "What's wrong?" Crimson eyes snap over to meet with heterochromic ones. Katsuki shrugs half-heartedly. "Overuse my quirk during practice. The issue will resolve itself after I sleep it off. I'll be fine tomorrow." Shouto frowns at that. He usually doesn't have much trouble with his own quirk, but then again, he doesn't have to rely solely on his palms the way Katsuki does in order to activate his fire or ice. But there is one thing he tries whenever his wrists feel sore. "Give me your hands," Shouto tells him. "What?" Katsuki asks, diverting his attention away from his notes. "I think I can help." "Okay," Katsuki says, contemplatingly. He sets down his pen and turns to the side, leaving both his palms face up. Shouto can only do one at a time, so he reaches over to the other teen's dominant hand with his own palm, placing it on top, and turning on the left side of his quirk. The warmth transfers immediately. It should be effective and do Katsuki some good, even if the blonde naturally runs warm due to his own explosion quirk. Katsuki sighs silently, and Shouto thinks he sees the boy's posture loosen up a little. Thanks," Katsuki mumbles, and Shouto smiles. "Any time. Don't hesitate to let me know if something's bothering you." After the class finishes heroics for the day, they reconvene at a certain place, chatting animatedly as Aizawa finishes up some grading for their work. Hitoshi stares at the ground, though, as if trying to avert his gaze from the bright sunlight as much as possible. He managed to snag a couple of their classmates off guard with his quirk, even if he was training with his capture scarf for the most part. He's been training to extend the duration in which he activates brainwashing, though, which gives him a headache the longer he uses it. The hot weather today can't be helping the matter, either, so Shouto steps in. "Keep your eyes on me for a minute, Hitoshi," Shouto tells the taller boy, who looks up, squinting slightly. Shouto places his right palm on his brother's forehead. It'll have to do. Hitoshi flinches a little at the sudden coolness, but eventually leans into it, closing his eyes. "Is that better?" Shouto asks softly. "Yeah," Hitoshi responds, smirking a little. "Thanks for being my resident ice pack, Sho." And that is the end of this short little fic. I do want to mention that this is, the 21st part in a series called A Mix of Six, and the description for that series is Shouto, Hitoshi, Katsuki, and Eri all get adopted by Shota and Hazashi. Together, they make up quite an interesting family. So I thought I would mention that. It is a completed work. It's 60,000 words-ish. I'm not going to be, podficking all of it, but I really like this just short little fic in the work. So if you like the writing style of this and that description seems interesting, maybe go down to the link to the original fic in the description and click on the series it's part of if you want to read more. Anyways, this was just such a cute and sweet little short fic. I just wanted to podfic it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you enjoyed this fic, go to the original fic, leave a kudos, a comment, whatever you can. I am sure the original author appreciates it. Well, that is all for this time. I will see you guys next time.